Okay, thank you. Just before we start, the lines are open, so you don't have to star 5. I'll close them in case, in the event we have an issue or something.
Bill.
Hey, it's Bill. Sorry I'm late.
Thank you, Bill. Nope, we're ready to go. And here we go. Work session, Wednesday, March 10th, 2021. The New Jersey Open Public Meetings Law was enacted to ensure the right of all citizens to have advance notice of and to attend all meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting the public is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, notice of this meeting of the mayor and council was published in the Bergen Record on Sunday, January 10th, 2021, and the Suburban News on February 4th, 2021. May we have roll call, Ms. Bendian?
Yes, Mayor Dillon.
Present.
Councilwoman Cusick.
Present.
Councilman Gutwetter.
Here.
Councilman Jones.
Present.
Councilman Kilman.
Here.
Councilman Weber.
Here.
Councilwoman Woods.
Here.
All right. Let's stand for the flag salute, please. I pledge allegiance
Pledge allegiance
to
to
the flag
flag
States of America,
of the United States
the United States of America and to the republic
of
nation,
for which it
for which it stands,
indivisible,
one nation,
liberty,
one nation, under God,
under God, indivisible,
with liberty
yeah,
and justice for all.
All right. We have no minutes to approve this evening. Communications, Councilman Jones.
Yes, I move that the communications be received and filed. Thank you.
Hi, this is Councilwoman Cusick, and I second.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Cusick.
Yes.
Councilman Gutwetter.
Yes.
Councilman Jones.
Yes.
Councilman Kilman.
Yes.
Councilman Weber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. At this time, we'll open up for public comment. Anyone wishing to address the governing body, please give your name, spelling the last name, and address, please. Also speak in an audible tone and address your comments to the chair. There'll be a 5-minute time limit per speaker unless reduced because of the volume of business on the agenda. Please note, public comment is your time. Out of respect and fairness to all, there will be no interruptions or questions answered during your time. No time shall be ceded to anyone else, and no time shall be saved for later use. Any responses may be given during the governing body's comments later in the meeting or as directed by the chair. The borough clerk is the official timekeeper. So at this time, anyone who has public comment, the line is open. So just speak up and we'll listen to you carefully. Again, anyone who has a public comment, this is your time. And we are waiting to hear from you. Okay, last call for public comment. Not hearing anyone, we will close public comment and we will move on to the advertised public hearing for final consideration of ordinances. And we will be going to ordinance 08-2021. Councilman Gutwetter, please.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. This is the final reading of ordinance 08-2021. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Ordinance to Exceed the Municipal Budget Appropriation Limits and to Establish a Cap Bank having been brought up for public hearing and all persons interested having been given an opportunity to be heard, pass final reading by title, and that said ordinance be adopted as an ordinance of the Borough of Ramsey, and be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be, and she hereby is directed, to cause a copy of the title of said ordinance to be published in an official newspaper of the Borough in the manner provided by law, together with a notice of the date of introduction and adoption of said ordinance.
Do we have a second?
Councilwoman Wood, second.
Thank you.
I second Councilwoman Wood. Thank you.
Is there any council person who would like to make a comment or discuss this?
Again, Council President Kilman, we've brought this up to attention the last couple of meetings. This is a standard ordinance municipalities pass ahead of finalizing and approving their budget, which will be done later this month.
Thank you, Councilman Gottwetter. We now open this up for public hearing. Is there anyone on the line who would like to have any comment or something to say about this ordinance? Second call for anyone wanting to speak on ordinance 08-2021. And this is the final call for anyone from the public to speak regarding Ordinance 08-2021. This is your public hearing time to have comments to be put on the record. Okay, not hearing anyone, we will close public hearing for Ordinance 08-2021 and have roll call, please, Ms. Bendian.
Councilwoman Cusick.
Yes.
Councilman Gottwetter.
Yes.
Councilman Jones.
Yes.
Councilman Kilman.
Yes.
Councilman Weber.
Yes.
Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you. There are no appointments tonight, so let's move right to the consent resolutions. Councilman Gottwetter.
Thank you again, Council President Kilman. Be it resolved that resolutions 065-2021 through and including 070-2021, having been considered by the governing body of the Borough of Ramsey, be and are hereby passed and approved. There's a special permit request. Sorry about that. There's a special permit request from the Women's Club of Ramsey requesting permission to hold an heirloom tomato and vegetable sale on Saturday, May 15th at the Masonic Lodge parking lot. They would also like to post signs advertising the sale around the borough.
Second, Councilwoman Woods.
Roll call, please.
I just want to clarify on Bruce on 67, resolution 67, it's 703,000 even. Is that a typo with the 8 cents or $8?
The question was on 07-2021.
Actually, that's what I have.
Oh, you do? Okay, I wasn't sure if okay. That is correct then, what was listed there. Okay, Councilwoman Cusick.
Yes.
Councilman Gottwetter.
Yes.
Councilman Jones.
Yes.
Councilman Kilman.
Yes.
Councilman Weber.
Yes.
And Councilwoman Woods.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Moving on to committee and liaison reports. Once again, Finance and Administration, Councilman Gutwetter, you have the floor.
Let me take a little sip of water, clear up my throat.
All right.
Okay. Thank you again, Council President Tillman. For my report, for the library, we had a meeting a couple evenings ago. The excerpt from the reports, Storytime and yoga programs continue with much uptick in views, and take-home crafts are doing well also. 54 students participated in the winter reading program. 100 kindness bags were promoted and given out during the past month. Summer reading program is under discussion, and capital projects to the library facility are under consideration. Digitization of microfilm collection is continuing, and a staff training day in person is in consideration for later in March. As to the Recreation Commission, the volleyball clinic was canceled. Lacrosse clinic will probably run in the spring, and plans for men's and women's softball, adult soccer, and the home run derby, which would be in June, are being finalized. Under discussion at next week's Rec Commission meeting will be the Easter egg hunt, and they're aiming for April 3rd. And summer camp at Finch Park will also be under discussion next week. Lastly, I'd like to give a big-time congrats to a group of 20 or so Ramsey High School hockey players this past week for their accomplishment. Since there was no state tournament due to COVID, the Big North held a tournament in Wayne at the Ice Vault, and Ramsey defeated Ridgewood in the semifinals and Northern Highlands in the finals to win the Big North championship. The final game went 4 overtime periods and was the longest game in New Jersey high school hockey history. That was their state championship in a most difficult season due to COVID that included a 2-week pause during the season. Congrats to the Ramsey High School hockey team and their 10 seniors, one of which was my son, Scott. You made us all proud. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman Gutwetter. Public Safety, Councilman Weber.
Thank you, Council President. I saw all the pictures and everything on the Ramsey hockey team, and I will offer my congratulations to them too. It's just been a really wonderful program for many, many years, and I'm just thrilled. And what an exciting finish to the season for them. With regard to other aspects of my responsibilities, we had a meeting with the Environmental Commission last night. Plans are well underway for a cleanup day, which is scheduled for April 24th. A lot of changes due to COVID as far as, some of the volunteer work that we've had in the past. The Ramsey Junior Women have always put out, beautiful spread. They're still doing that, but trying to figure out how to do that with minimal personal interaction with, people touching things. And, so they're coming with more individually wrapped type snacks and things along those lines. So there's a lot of different changes to the logistics. In addition, we had actually a very interesting presentation from an organization called Second Chance Toys, which recycles gently used plastic toys, children's toys, and they really have quite a presentation where there's such a demand for these, and it's a lot of toys that we all have sitting in our homes that that have the possibility for a second life with a needy child. We'll be talking more about this because there's different options on how to do a toy drive. We could do something as simple as the way we do shredding day, but there's still a lot of logistical things to work through before we present anything to the mayor and council for an event. Regarding public safety, we received word today from Chief Creel that Ramsey Fire Department is going to conduct their annual Easter parade. It will be held in a similar fashion to the way that the July 4th parade was done, where the parade will actually go through. I think it'll be handled the way follow the same route that was done for the July 4th parade. The date for that is March 27th with a rain date of April 3rd. Many of you may know or may not know, I am the council liaison to the Ramsey Housing Incorporated Group, which is runs the Airmont Housing Facility up on Airmont Road. And just in regards to Resolution 067, the board met this past Monday night. They couldn't be more pleased and appreciative of all the hard work done by Mayor Dillon, Borough Administrator Jose, Borough Attorney Mr. Scandariato on getting that resolution and passed and hopefully put us on the way to building a new facility for high functioning adults with autism in town at the property that was mentioned on North Central. So they just asked me to express my thank you to all of you again. And finally, I do want to just again, I think I did this at the last meeting, but I just want to mention again how appreciative and how much I congratulate all the members of the finance team, led by Councilman Gutwetter and Mr. Vosé, Denise Bartolato, Meredith Bendian, and all of those that really did a great job with this municipal budget this year. We've talked about possibly doing a zero increase, and to actually have done it the way you did was just very, very commendable. So as a resident, I just wanted to say thank you very much. That will conclude my report. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Weber. Building, Planning, and Zoning, Councilwoman Woods.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, congratulations to Ramsey Hockey. That's fantastic. I've enjoyed watching the games while my kids were in high school. And congratulations to all the seniors and the Gutwetter family. The Board of Health will have their meeting tomorrow, Thursday, March 11th. The Board of Health has continued to help seniors who have been frustrated by the state's rollout of the vaccine appointments. We have had success with that. Just today, Danielle Monahan helped another person, one at a time. That's all we can do. Governor Murphy has announced indoor dining will increase to 50% capacity beginning Friday, March 19th, which will bring another round of inspections. I'm sure the mayor will have more on this announcement. The Ramsey seniors have their trustee meeting tomorrow. They continue to be active on Zoom. The punch list items at the Senior Center and Community Center are being addressed, and we expect completion soon. And the Design Review Board will hold their meeting on March 23rd, and there's no new applications at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Woods. Utilities, Planning, Buildings, and Grounds, Councilman Kilman. That would be me. First off, I, too, want to congratulate the Ramsey hockey team because I know that, the Gutwetters and I live on the east side of the tracks. I could hear the shouts from my house, so it must have been just looking at the picture how exciting that was, and I can only imagine. I thought, boy, there's going to be no dealing with them now, I'll tell you. But congratulations, well done. My report is rather short. It usually is because of the liaison that I am. The DPW is meeting this Monday, the 15th. The water treatment pods are on schedule, but it's always a very interesting meeting. It begins at 7:30. Do you have the time? This is the busy season for zoning Board of Adjustment. They will be meeting on Wednesday, St. Patrick's Day, and that meeting starts at 7:30. And also Shade Tree will be meeting on the coming week on Thursday, the 18th. And just for the record, their time moved from 8 o'clock to 7:30. They have a new starting time for 2021, just to let people know that that has happened. And I've said it before, I said it again, and I know that Harry Weber said it, but I do want to commend the outstanding job that Borough Administrator Bruce Vosé, Councilman Gutwetter, our Ms. Bendian, our town clerk, and our CFO, Ms. Bartolotta, did on the budget. And all the department heads who made the sacrifices, I think that people also have to realize things were held flat. When things are held flat, people do make sacrifices for that, and departments give up the budget they have. But as you know, in the world of work and business, even though things are held flat, work gets done. So kudos to all of them, and thanks to all the sacrifices and the hard work to have a 0% increase on the budget. Those are my comments, and so moving on to public and Governmental Relations. Councilman Jones.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. Just wanted to echo my congratulations to the Ramsey hockey team. Let everyone know the pool commission meeting has been moved to the last Wednesday of the month as opposed to the third Wednesday. So instead of next week, it'll be on March 31st. And the farmers market is continuing every Sunday throughout the year outdoors at the train station. They were voted number one again, best farmers market in the best of Bergen. So my congratulations to Nancy Boone and all of the hardworking volunteers that have put so much into the farmers market and making sure that it was safe and COVID responsible all season long, and all of the vendors and all of the residents and people who support it. The Ramsey Pool was also voted number one best in Bergen. It was a great accomplishment to pool director Gary Bach and his staff and the pool commissioners, who again worked tirelessly throughout the uncertainty of March, April, and May to be ready to safely provide services to our members last year, and those efforts were rewarded with another Best in Bergen. I believe it's 7 out of 8 years on theirs, and this is the 11th or 12th straight year for the Ramsey Farmers Market. So those are great accomplishments, and something that I know I'm proud to be a small part of as their liaison, and have been here since the beginning of the farmers market and the reopening of the renovated pool and everything that's happened there. So those are great things for our community to be very proud of. And when many towns did not open their pools last year and did not provide their residents with the opportunity to enjoy it, we were able to safely do it and through everyone's tireless efforts. So that's all I have for this evening. I would just remind everybody to continue to shop locally, support our local merchants, not only downtown, but anyone, if you go on the Ramsey Chamber site, there's so many different products and services that are offered by our amazing residents and members of the Chamber, and support them any way you can. Outdoor dining will be increasing on March 19th, and you'll start to see that coming back strong. 50% indoors on March 19th as well. So we'll hopefully we're turning the corner, and our businesses will begin to start to flourish again and come out of the difficult past year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jones. Health, Education, and Social Services, Councilwoman Cusick.
Thank you, Council President Kilman. This is Councilwoman Cusick. Tonight I will provide an update regarding our Town Planning Board, the Ramsey Board of Education, and Ramsey Responds. I would also like to congratulate the Ramsey hockey team as well. Wonderful accomplishment. And I also would like to echo the comments regarding the municipal budget. A no municipal tax rate increase is impressive. The Ramsey Planning Board. There was no meeting conducted on March 2nd, 2021. There was one site plan waiver that was distributed for ex-meeting review. S&J Pizza Holdings, LLC. The location is the New York Pizza at the Interstate Shopping Center. The waiver was for a change of ownership. The waiver application was approved. The next planning board meeting will be on the 16th of March. For the Ramsey Board of Education, I encourage our town members to keep current with the Board of Education activities, because 69% of Ramsey residents' property taxes are for the Board of Education. Please note that according to the Board of Education calendar, the April 27th meeting will be a budget hearing. The Ramsey Board of Education distributed their News and Views newsletter for winter 2021 via the U.S. Postal Mail to all Ramsey residents. There was a meeting conducted on March 9th. The superintendent reported that there were 11 high school students from Ramsey High School who qualified for the national DECA, and 12 students qualified for the state DECA. DECA is the Distributive Education Clubs of America, and they prepare emerging leaders and entrepreneurs in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in high school. There was an acknowledgement of some Ramsey students who participated in the Bergen County and state art exhibits. Regarding COVID-19 and the Ramsey school system, the superintendent reported that they are examining the current working model with regards to COVID-19. At this time, they are exploring becoming a COVID testing center for the staff and the students of Ramsey schools as a preventative measure. The superintendent reported that they will work with local health officials and the State Department of Health to put together a plan for more in-person teaching time. Some factors considered for this plan are accessibility to the vaccine and the weather conditions. The superintendent reported that he was optimistic that he will announce at a future Board of Ed meeting an increase in the amount of in-person teaching time for this school year, and fully expects that Ramsey schools will be in session for a September 2021 start. The Director of Curriculum Instruction and Assessment provided a 15-minute video regarding the Data Science program. This video is posted on the Board of Education's website. There were some comments regarding the Board of Ed's newly formed Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. Mr. President, Council President, my final comments are on Ramsey Responds. The Church of St. Paul continues to conduct fish fry on Friday for 3 consecutive weeks, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th of March. St. Paul's donates 100 meals to Ramsey Responds. Donations are always welcome for Ramsey Responds. Food collection occurs every Tuesday from 4 to 5:30 at St. Paul's. The team distributes and delivers on Fridays. Thank you very much, Council President, for this time for an update.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cusick. Now it's time for Mayor Deirdre Dillon.
Thank you very much, Council President. First off, congratulations to the Ramsey hockey team. Well done. We're so proud of you, and thank you for once again bringing home a victory to Ramsey. Regarding COVID-19 vaccinations that were mentioned earlier, Danielle Monahan in the Health Department has obtained vaccination appointments for approximately 70 seniors, citizens in Ramsey. So we're now working on a program to help senior citizens 75 years and older obtain vaccination programs, including transportation via the Ramsey Senior Bus if they cannot get down to the mega site in East Rutherford. So I will have more information on that in a Swift Reach later this week. We're going to have COVID-19 testing on March 24th. As mentioned earlier, restaurants can have indoor dining capacity increased to 50% later this month. Martha Sabenko from the Health Department will work with the restaurants on the increased capacity. Outdoor dining was allowed as of March 1st, but when I drive around town, I see none of the restaurants are taking advantage of it, but that's understandable given the unpredictable weather in March. Regarding finance, absolutely great job with everybody that worked on the budget. It's amazing that we had a 0 increase in our tax rate, the municipal tax rate this year. And I know Borough Administrator Bozé worked very hard with the department heads when he asked them to decrease their budgets by 15%. So well done to everybody, and I know Mr. Bozé will have more comments and more details about it when he gives his report. Regarding cannabis, our previous ordinance regarding where cannabis can be sold in town is null and void pursuant to the new cannabis law signed by Governor Murphy. We will be introducing a new ordinance on March 24th. And Chief Gurney issued a statement regarding parents not being notified of first offenses for alcohol or cannabis possession by minor children. So I just want to let everybody be aware of that. Chief Gurney issued that statement, and also Dr. Murphy from the Board of Ed was very helpful in disseminating that statement. And I will be doing a Swift Reach later this week to just get everybody up to date on what's going on. And that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mayor Dillon. Borough Administrator, Mr. Bruce Fozé.
Thank you, Council President. A few comments tonight. As you know, we introduced the budget last meeting. There will be no action taken at tonight's meeting. The public hearing and adoption is scheduled for March 24th. You need a minimum of 28 days between the introduction and public hearing and adoption. We finalized the 2021 budget brochure, which will be mailed out as it is annually to all households in advance of the budget hearing on March 24th. The introduced line item budget is also available for review on the Borough website, along with the municipal budget presentation, which was discussed at the February 10th meeting. Just in terms of the budget, the administrators of all the 13 Northwest Bergen towns, we have a monthly meeting. Currently, it's a Zoom call, obviously, to discuss timely topics. During the call last week, we had 7 other municipalities on the call and discussed where each town was in its municipal budget for 2021 and the anticipated tax rate increase for their town. So the information on the different towns, I'll just go through our other Northwest Bergen towns. Obviously, Ramsey introduced our budget on February 24th with adoption on March 24th, and there's no municipal tax rate increase. We are the only town of the Northwest Bergen that has introduced a budget to date. Oakland is looking to introduce sometime in March and adopt in April, and they're planning on a municipal tax increase of 3.54%. Franklin Lakes, similarly looking at a March introduction, adoption in April, projecting a 2.37% increase in municipal rate. Glen Rock has a tentative draft budget with a 6% increase. However, they do believe that they'll cut some things down and get a final introduced budget to be about a 3% municipal tax rate increase. Ridgewood's proposing a 4.7% municipal tax rate increase, and again, similar timing of March introduction, April adoption. Pahokis is anticipating an introduction with around a 2% municipal increase. Waldwick was the last town on the call. They're also anticipating a 0% municipal increase, which they've had for a number of years. Waldwick has a number of unique factors. If you look at their budget closely, they have revenue from state aid, which is equal to just under 18% of their total budget size. By contrast, Ramsey state aid is about 6% or 1/3 of what Waldwick receives. In dollars, if we were to get 17 or almost 18% aid, that would account for another $2.8 million of revenue in our budget. So obviously that probably helps Waldwick to get to where they've been, and some good management over there as well, obviously. In addition, they have a surplus balance equal to 45% of their budget, which is well in excess of other municipalities. Typically, the target that rating agencies for good quality are looking for is 15 to 20%, and Waldwick is double that in what they hold in surplus. Therefore, the other 7 towns when we discuss budget, 6 anticipate being at or over 2% municipal tax rate increase in 2021. Ramsey has not exceeded 2% once in the last 11 years. We've been under 2%, taking no exceptions for the last 11 years now. I'll just touch on a couple resolutions that we did tonight. The Resolution 67 endorses the application by Ramsey Housing and Bergen County United Way to the Bergen County Home Investment Partnership for a $703,008 grant that they are seeking to build affordable housing, special needs housing at 13 North Central. We had endorsed an application earlier based on getting plans drawn. They have revised the amount in the application. That's why we're endorsing it again as the host community of the project. It does not commit any borough funds for funding of the project. It just endorses the grants that they are seeking. As you know, in December of 2020, we acquired this property utilizing funds from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund for the purposes of qualified housing development. The Affordable Housing Trust Fund is funded through development fees collected and does not include any taxpayer funds. There are two resolutions, 69 and 70, on the agenda, which revolve around County of Bergen's planned resurfacing of county roads in Ramsey in 2021, specifically Wyckoff Avenue. In advance of the county's resurfacing, they enter into agreements with municipalities to utilize the county ADA curb ramp grant program to fund the necessary ADA ramps, as well as a shared service agreement for the county to resurface the roads. Upon adoption of these resolutions and enter into the agreements, these improvements of the county road in Ramsey will be paid for by the county and are scheduled to happen later this year. Resolution 71 appoints the law firm of Raynone, Coughlin, and Michello, LLC, to provide professional services to the borough as a designated hearing officer in 2021 for these professional services. Brian Trelease of the aforementioned firm has been designated as the borough's hearing officer for such services. The only other thing I would just mention tonight is that Ramsey has been approached. I know a letter was sent to the governing body and an email to me as well, that a resident on Manor Drive has requested the borough to consider a proposal to vacate a portion of its unimproved road that we own extending off of the existing Upland Road. This property may have been at one time a potential extension of Upland Road dating back prior to the development of Manor Drive and Hosking Way many years ago. We're reviewing the proposal. It's a very small piece of property, and we will review it through applicable borough departments and have a recommendation in an upcoming meeting. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Vosay. Counselor? Attorney? Borough Clerk, Ms. Bendian.
Thank you. The only thing I had was, Mr. Bozay mentioned a couple of rezos, and I ended up having to renumber them, late in the day today. So they might not, be the correct numbers that were referenced, but they are resolutions that were passed tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. There are no introduction of ordinances. There is no unfinished business. Is there anyone? Any new business?
Council President Kilman, this is Councilman Jones. I just wanted to mention one thing I failed to mention in my report.
Certainly.
The Ramsey Pool is open. The website is open, taking memberships for this year at the same rate as last year. There's a pre-sale or pre-season sale, and then the early bird special will kick in April, and then the regular rate in May. So I would encourage everyone who's interested, since we have much more certainty this year that the pool will be able to open on a normal schedule, which we didn't have last year. We encourage everyone to sign up as soon as possible and take advantage of the savings. And I just wanted to remind everyone of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Jones. And quickly, just congratulations to the Pool Commission and to you, Councilman Jones. I know how hard they worked under these incredible conditions, and to be once again being selected to be the best of Bergen is an outstanding job. I know how much pride the Pool Commission takes in the work that they do, and they went above and beyond to get this thing in order. And so that's my last comment. If there's no other comment after mine, go ahead. Anyone?
Yes, this is Mayor Dillon, and I wholeheartedly agree about the farmers market and the pool commission.
Thank you. That's the final word. Do I have a move to adjourn? Motion to adjourn?
So moved. So moved, Councilman Weber.
Anyone second?
Second, Councilman
Jones, second.
Yeah. All in favor? Aye. Have a wonderful night and safe evening, everyone.
All right, good night, y'all. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.